How are you doing, everybody? It is now the end of day 28. I am actually going to talk about what to do if you really get that hankering. You got to eat. This weekend, I'm taking part of the weekend off from juicing, so I'm gonna juice my breakfast and lunch, and eat a sensible dinner. Like a piece of chicken and salad. Tonight I had a piece of chicken with some squash and some green beans and carrots. All the vegetables were steamed. The squash was cooked with very little bit of vegetable oil, some garlic, some dried herbs, and that was it. And then steamed it, actually. Used the oil, got a little bit of color on the garlic and the squash, and then added, once I got some nice color on it, added some water, put the lid on it, and steamed it the rest of the way, so it'll finish cooking. And that was my dinner. My mom had pretty much the same thing. The chicken actually was a piece of stuffed chicken. It had stuffed with some artichoke mix. Bought it from Wegmans. 6-ounce piece of chicken. It was like 279 calories or somewhere in that ballpark. The piece of chicken I had, I think, was closer to like a 10-ounce piece, a 10 or 12-ounce piece. My mom's was like a 8-ounce piece or something like that. So I figure the chicken was, about 300, maybe 310 calories with everything included. I think the dinner, was between 4 and 4.25 for calories. Same for my mom, maybe just a little bit less because her piece was smaller. And it was filling. I mean, I couldn't eat another thing if I wanted to. It was nice to actually eat some real food. And if you're going through, a diet, like mine, where you're pretty much juicing all the time, nobody's perfect. Sometimes it's just nice to have a meal, have a real meal. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you just don't eat stupid things, like go fast food or something like that, where you're just gonna destroy every bit of everything that you've done. Plus, I've been dieting now for a month. I was 28 days in. That's 4 weeks. And I feel great. It's probably the best thing I've ever done, for myself, outside of quitting smoking cigarettes. So it's okay, if you're on a strict diet, to stray a little bit. But if you do stray, just be smart about it. Nobody's perfect. So just keep that in mind. Have a piece of fish. There's nothing wrong with eating solid protein. I would suggest staying away from beef, unless you get, like organic beef or something along those lines. Something that's at least, is healthy, that was treated properly and what have you. So that way you're not taking in any crap. Because if you just go buy a regular piece of steak, you don't know how that cow was treated. If it was mishandled or just improperly treated, before slaughter. Some of those, it's tremendous. There's some documentaries out on Facebook that you could watch, or on Netflix that you can watch in regards to things like that. And it's an eye opener. So just keep that in mind. If you're gonna eat, just eat right. For me, I haven't had a solid meal since Super Bowl Sunday. So it was quite enjoyable. I ate way too fast, because I was like, holy cow, got a plate of food in front of me. So I was like, man, loved it. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll juice for breakfast and lunch. Made a breakfast drink today when I did my lunch one today. I also made one for tomorrow's breakfast, and I'll talk about that one tomorrow because I haven't tasted it yet, so I'm not going to talk about it until I taste it. And then I also have enough left over for from the one I did for lunch tomorrow. And then tomorrow night will be I think I'm gonna have marlin again because it was really good. So I stopped at the store a couple weeks back and they had it on sale at Price Chopper. So grabbed a couple pieces of it. So my mom and I are having that for dinner tomorrow. Probably gonna have sweet potatoes. I think what I'm gonna do is I still have some squash left over, and some uncooked squash. I'm gonna take the squash and I'm gonna take the white sweet potato, and I'm gonna cook them, and then I'll maybe do a mash and mix them together. So it should be pretty tasty. I'm also gonna do steamed broccoli and steamed carrots. So I'm actually salivating a little bit thinking about it. So it's gonna be nice. And then Sunday, I'm just gonna I'll juice breakfast, and then I'm gonna have, then being it's the Daytona 500, I'm gonna go hang out at my brother's house. So I'm gonna take a couple salads with me, because I'm gonna be over there around lunchtime. So I'll take my lunch and dinner with me. I'll just take a sensible salad, small, just small salad. Probably gonna put tuna on it or something like that, or some grilled chicken or something along those lines. And then I'll have a juice with me also, and then dinner will be a nice nice sized salad. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put on top of that yet, but it should be quite tasty. And then back to the juicing again on Monday. So I think that's really about it. I don't know if you guys are wondering, this is the brace I have to wear every day. It keeps my wrist and arm in a specific position. It helps, keep everything in line for healing my arm, which is not coming really well. So I go back to the doctor on the 2nd. Keep your fingers crossed that he doesn't mention anything about having to have surgery, but if that's the case, then that's the case. Then I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Just not something I'm looking forward to. So, but today was a good day. I had therapy this afternoon. It beat me up pretty good, and then went to shopping at Wegmans. Word of advice: the only reason I went to Wegmans this evening before therapy or after therapy, I mean, because we had my nephew had to be picked up from school at 2:30, so I couldn't do it beforehand because my therapy appointment was at 3:30, so there'd been no time. Normally I'd do Wegmans, after therapy in the mornings when I have therapy in the morning, but they changed my appointment. That place is an absolute zoo. I do not suggest you going there after 3 o'clock on a Friday. It'll blow your mind. The place is crazy. But anyway, that's enough talking about that. Tomorrow, my good friend Jason Dillingham, Dilly, will be coming over tomorrow, and we're going to spend a few hours talking about my website that I'm going to be doing. It's going to be called Juicing with Justin. He said he's got the jingle all ready to go, so like the opening credits or whatever will be, there'll be a cool jingle or whatever. I can't wait to hear that. So it's going to be fun. We're going to get the first, hopefully, 3 episodes hammered out on paper, so that way when it comes time to do filming, just hammer it out. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow night and let you know how it goes, and have some more information for you. But I will talk to you later. Have a good night.